Now in a question like this, you may be thinking to use the program solve systems because you have a system of linear equations. And let's go ahead and take a look at the fact that it shows you the format that they need to be in, which is standard form. And in this case, they're using T's and U's, no big deal. But the main idea is if you can't at least easily get them both into standard form, then solve systems isn't the right option. Because notice here, you'd have to distribute, you'd have to do quite a bit of algebra and rearranging, same thing here, before you could really get it into the standard form that they're looking for. Now, the other option is you could say, well, if T equals all this, we can go ahead and substitute it here, but you could also see that's gonna take quite a bit of algebra. So in this case, this is one of those scenarios where I would actually say that the Desmos calculator that's embedded in the Blue Book software that you'll be using on the digital SAT, as well as our own software, is superior to a graphic calculator or even an algebraic approach. So instead, let's go ahead to the upper right corner where we have our Desmos calculator in our software, and we're gonna go ahead and utilize it. So let's check out what we would do here. We're gonna go ahead and type in this case, we're gonna use X and Y. You really can't use two variables like U and T, as you'll see here. It just won't graph it. So instead, I would use alphabetical order. So since it goes T, U alphabetically, I would go X, Y, and then that gives us an actual line. And then we'll go ahead down here and do the same thing. X equals 2. I'm just doing the slash bar. Now I'm using my keyboard. However, you could choose at the very bottom, there's a button that you can click on to use the keyboard here. And you could just say, instead of using the slash on your keyboard, you could do 2 and then the division symbol and then 3. Then we'll go to the right and then we'll put our Y plus 9. Taking a look at these, we're trying to figure out all the solutions. Now remember, solutions are the points of intersection, which with two lines, at most, you can only have one point of intersection. If they were parallel to each other, then they would have no points of intersection. And if they were the exact same line, they'd have infinitely many points common, so infinitely many solutions. So here we see this one ordered pair is 4, -3. Now remember, we used X and Y up here, but they're using T and U. So that means T is 4, U is -3, which makes the correct answer B.